Here we go. Here we go. Welcome back to an episode, kinda like performance talk, not really live. We're going to discuss some things. I think a lot of things have taken place to where this discussion is needed. And not only this discussion, but some examples of why things are being said and why things that other people are saying are not accurate. And often I run into this where I'll show these examples and then people won't have much to say. But at the end of the day, everybody will have something to say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many facts you put before somebody, how much information you put before somebody, how much data you put before somebody. There will always be somebody who wants to be ignorant because they want to continue to believe that what they feel is accurate or it's what they want to happen. All right. Before we get started, the chat is only open to members of the channel, and that is a perk of being part of the Wolfpack Performance channel, is that members have the access to only be active in certain lives and our videos and our posts. So also do not forget, members, that we still do have the poll up for you to vote on the next bottle that I buy to pop it. I'm giving you as a member more control over what things that happen here on the channel. So you do have the opportunity to vote on that. Another thing that members need to be aware of, and everybody else, because this does include anybody who is participating in the premieres or the lives, that does super chats or stickers, you are all eligible for a VIP box. But the VIP Tier 2 award program is coming really soon, and there is already somebody who has reached the amount of points that they need to be awarded that VIP Tier 2 program. So that is very exciting, and I'm very excited to give that all to you. So let's all be respectable. Okay, let's talk about these things. We know what has happened, transpired recently here, this last 2 weeks, but we're going to go back, right? We're going to go a little bit more in depth with things that are happening. So I might not be as active in the chat, but I will be active right here on this board and in showing you some things. So Red Bull has had some issues, and a lot of people had comments that were either trying to justify racial slurs being used, take ownership to the fact that they think if we can't use them, then nobody should be able to use them. And I would just like to point out, I do not use the N-word. All right. I do not use it. So I do not appreciate people in the comments saying that all black people use it because I'm white. Why can't I use it? I do not use it. Not all black people use it. Really, nobody should use it. Okay, nobody should use it. I don't care. I'm going to ask you this question, and you can answer in the comment section. If you're a member, you can answer in the chat. And I asked this on one of my Twitter spaces that I hosted with my bro Cam, and Bryson was also there. And I asked a listener, if I made a cake out of cow shit and put the most expensive, best tasting icing over that shit cake, would you eat it? Yes or no? That is what I would like to know. Would you eat that cake? Everybody said no. And that is what you're doing when you try to basically massage the N-word or say you're turning it into a term of endearment. That is not accurate. What is happening is a group of people, a people of color, have been subjected to that word, which is disrespectful, it is degrading, and it was meant to demean a group of people of color to make them feel less than human. You cannot change that. All right? You cannot change that. So there is no such thing as making this into something. But what has happened psychologically is a group of people have tried to find a way to make it and make it a positive thing so that when they hear it, it does not strike them as something that's negative amongst each other. Now, here we go with a different dynamic where people will say, well, if you use it, then I can use it. That is not true, because a man knows this. And I don't call women the B word. Like, that's another word that I'm not calling women the B word. Like to use it to say, yo, somebody's bitching is different than saying, yo, woman, you're a, that's just taboo for me. But women will use that word between each other in conversation casually. That is the same thing, the same concept that is going on, although that word is nowhere near as egregious as the N-word. So let's get to some Red Bull things, right? Because that's what we're here to talk about. Does Red Bull have an issue? Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, share, and if you dislike, I understand that too. Does Red Bull have an issue? I believe Red Bull does have an issue. I believe Red Bull has an organizational problem that people refuse to acknowledge. And this is what I'm going to go to. All right, we're going to bring up this board so I can show you some things. 2015. We're going to go back to 2015 and show you this. Now, here's a video clip. 2015. Yes, you did see that. And if you didn't see it, here is a still clip of that same image. Red Bull in 2015 decided that it was a good idea to post this video as featuring these people as part of a Red Bull event. Now, you want to talk about organizational problems? This is what we're going to talk about. Red Bull, from Formula One racing team all the way through to Red Bull as an organization, has an issue. So when people say that the whole organization doesn't know, you could be very true. And I would agree with that to an extent. But being in a close-knit situation like Red Bull organization, being in the military, I knew who was racist and who wasn't within my squadrons or even connecting squadrons. Maybe I didn't know if everybody was, but I knew some that were. So there are enough people within this organization to know that if some of these people are already racist. So I'm not going to absolve everybody at Red Bull. So this is what they post. Now, even in this same situation, Red Bull decided to say that the Black Lives Mattering was not anything but a United States issue. It had nothing to do with them. I beg to differ. People of color exist throughout this entire world and go through all types of situations, all right? They do. It's just a fact. So how Red Bull decided that this was only a U.S. issue, I don't know. But this is what I do know. They had these people, Barack Obama, dressed up, a character is dressed up as Barack Obama, chasing after a banana. Who in there wants to tell me that this is not racist? You have the first black president of the United States of America, first person of color as the United States of America. You have a person dressed up as Barack Obama chasing after a banana. That is calling him a monkey. That is what that is doing. Do not try to twist the interpretation. But even to go further and make it worse than it already is, they have other individuals dressed up in blackface. And Red Bull thought that this was okay to post as featuring their bull event in Moscow. Because, you know, they have like the flying event. Red Bull has some pretty cool events. Like, they're very cool. They're very catchy. They're very interesting. I've even watched a few. But this is what Red Bull did. Is this not racist? If you tell me that this is not racist, I have an extreme problem with your thought process. Barack Obama, which is the 44th president, which is odd because Lewis Hamilton's number is 44. I don't know if there's a coincidence there or some type of correlation, but just a tidbit, just Snapple top fact. But yeah, you got Barack Obama chasing after a banana and other individuals in blackface. Yeah, that's racist. That is racist. Okay, so that's 2015. I'm going to check the chat, make sure. False Flag, what's going on? Big shout out for the super chat, man. False Flag is in the super chat because False Flag is a member. Let me give you your money talk, sir, and then we could continue on with this broadcast, man, because I want everybody to understand what's going on. I can't find it, so what I'm going to do is, boom, right here. Big ups, False Flag. I appreciate you, brother. So now we will get into, this is not the only situation. Like, don't think I'm only coming with just this. No, because we're talking about, if I can show you different situations throughout time, that is proving something that is consistent. And it's consistently been a problem. Okay, so that's 2015. Red Bull posting and featuring a video that they put out about their event of people dressed up, one as Barack Obama, the others in blackface, chasing after a banana. That shit is racist. Next, we'll skip up some years. 2020. 2020, right? Now, this next thing is very, very funny to me. Not funny, it's sad, really. It really is sad. It's sad. But in 2020, Red Bull, I believe their North American division, decides that they're going to get involved in, trying to find out demographics, do research, make a chart or a slide showing where different demographics live, what's going on here, all this other shit. Let me show you what executives of Red Bull developed, and although we're told it's not a good idea, you should not do this, you should not go forward with this, they still took it up on themselves to be as ornery as they are and say, yeah, we're going to do it anyway, and we're going to put it out. And then this is what they come up with. This is a trade sales per the headquarter region. Split of sales. So they right here, look at this. First of all, I already knew it was a big ass problem with this when I saw America. Number one, we're number one. More American. Listen, when I saw that, I said, yeah, this is about to touch on some racist shit. But I will tell you what these other areas say. So right there at the Caribbeans, right down there, it says cruise ships go here. Okay. All right. Maybe you don't think that's kind of racist? Okay, maybe not. Maybe not racist, because cruise ships do go to the Caribbeans, but also cruise ships go to Iceland. Cruise ships go to Europe. Cruise ships also go every else around the world, which is why cruise ships are one of the most fun things to do besides, until COVID, and now they're trying to rebuild. But okay, you don't think that's racist? Let's get into a little bit more of this. Next thing, if you look up that green mass, that is Canada. We just had the Canadian GP, all right? And they say is uninhabited. What? So are you trying to tell me that people don't live there? There are no human beings in Canada? Okay, all right. Well, not racist yet. Let's keep going. Then you come down to Mexico, the South American areas. And in this blue section, it says, right up under America, it says, coffee comes from here, I think. Coffee comes from here, I think. So even if you don't think this is racist, right? Even if you don't think it's racist, and maybe I can see that to a degree, because I think it's starting to get a little racist. I think it's starting to get a little racial, if not definitely some harsh stereotypes being thrown here, all right? I'm gonna check the chat before I continue. Oh, Durant 24, big shout out. I will definitely give you let me hit you up real quick. I like to make sure I pay homage to everybody that supports the channel. Big shout out to you, sir. Let me make sure that I get you straight. Let me make sure I get your name right first, because I want to get your name right. But boom, I appreciate you, man, supporting the channel. Boom, there you go. All right, so listen, even if you think that this is not racist, yet it seems to be kind of getting there. So let's go on. So then we go to Europe. Europe is going to be right here, this kind of orange, caution orange color. Yeah, it says the alternative slang word for a woman's private area. That is what it says for Europe. That is what it says for Europe. So, okay, you don't think racist yet? All right, cool. Maybe you don't think racist yet. But I would kind of differ to say how some of these areas are being labeled, how others are being labeled might have a racial undertone. Just bear with me. All right, then we come to the area as Africa, the green mass down there, okay? It says zoo animals come from here. Zoo animals come from here, from Africa. Okay. Am I saying that that's wrong? No. But I could have swore pandas are not like natural inhabited in Africa. Kangaroos not naturally inhabited in Africa. But I'm just saying, zoo animals come from here. What else comes from Africa? Coltan comes from Africa. If you have a cell phone or anything in your possession that is of technology, coltan is probably there in that technology, which is Africa. Diamonds, gold, silver. Africa is one of the continents that is most rich in natural minerals and gems than any other continent on the face of this earth, unless we count in all the robbery and extraction. Maybe now it has been watered down. But let's not also talk about the cradle of life. I'm not going there. But they said zoo animals. Zoo animals. All right, Red Bull. This is Red Bull. This is Red Bull shit. The owner, the president, CEO, marketing chief. This is Red Bull producing this type of slide to pronounce or introduce to them their trade sales. Okay, so let's go on. Now we go into the Middle Eastern, and notice we have races in all these continents, all these countries. We have Formula One events. Red Bull is there as a Formula One team and as a product. They say for the Middle East, they label them evildoers, and then they have an arrow pointing to a certain region that say bombs go here. Okay, so if you don't think this is racist yet, from Red Bull organization, what do you call it? You can call it stereotypical. You could call it very ignorant. You could call it belligerent. You call it whatever you want. I would debate this. Like racist? Maybe, yeah. But definitely harsh stereotypes for sure. Bombs go here. So what are you saying? Number one, America the best. That's not true. I'm an American. I'm saying that's not true. Trust me, I've served in the military to protect this country. I'm saying that's not true. And there are a lot of people in my country that look down on me because of the color of my skin, yet they have not taken the ultimate civilian or citizen job, stand up, volunteer to protect your country. They haven't even done that, and they never will, right? They never will. Not all of them. They never will, but yet they'll act as if they have more right to decide things in this country than I do. But yeah, let's get back to this. Evildoers, bombs go here. Are you telling me that we should continue going to war and dropping bombs on this area? Evildoers? No, that is bullshit. Everybody in the Middle East is not wearing vests of bombs, blowing up stuff, beheading women. Those issues do exist there, and I've spoken to them, but you don't indict the entire country of that. That is bullshit. And that is what Red Bull has done with this board that they came up with this presentation. But it's not over yet. They go to China and they say, China, they make our stuff. Then they go into Japan and have an arrow that says TVs and cameras. They make our stuff. Last time I checked, Red Bull got a very drastic advantage because Honda came in and saved the damn day with their engines. Am I wrong? Did Honda, an Asian company, not come in and save Red Bull's ass with their engines? I don't think that that's a TV. I don't think that that's a camera. I'm just saying. What the hell are you doing, Red Bull? This is the organization now. I got the slide up. You see it. This is the organization. Big shout out to False Flag. I made sure I come back and check on people in the chat. I'm going to thank you, bro. You double time over. False Flag, big props to you, bro. Member of the channel, very good dude, solid. Got some music coming out soon. Don't think I forgot, bro. I remember shit like that. Trust me. So let's get back to this board, because we're not done with it. Think about how long we've been on this with the amount of shit that Red Bull has put in here. And people want to try to say, oh, it's not racist. They're not racist. Yeah, there's some things going on I would definitely debate. So then Australia, they label kangaroos. Antarctica, cold. Okay. Landmass that could be Greenland or the Arctic Circle is labeled Santa. Okay, so look at this. Look at this. Just think about this. Now I'm just think about it. Just bear with me. I'm just kind of looking at some things that kind of line up. Is not Canada what you would think would be more predominantly white? Maybe. I mean, technically, sometimes they consider it the Asian gateway. I've heard it labeled as that. I don't know if I agree with that. But let's also look at Europe. They use a derogatory term for a woman's private area. Okay. Then we go down to Russia, communist. Forgot that one. Then we come down to Australia, kangaroos, and Antarctic cold. So these areas that seem to be predominantly what you would call as Caucasian or white areas don't have quite the indicting nicknames as China, saying they make our stuff and TVs and cameras. As Africa, zoo animals come from here. As the South American country or area, coffee comes from here, I think. I'm just saying, altogether, I don't give a damn where you're from. This shit is wrong. This is not correct for a company of Red Bull stature to be doing, but this is what Red Bull is doing as an organization. This is 2020 that this is happening. 2020, this shit. 2019, 2020, this shit is what Red Bull is doing. People, what are we saying now? What are we saying at this point? Is somebody still not saying that there's a problem at Red Bull? Now, I am very open to be educated or made aware of. If there is another team that is on the grid that is having issues and problems to this magnitude that we have just covered, let me know, because we're not through. We're not through. But at the end of this video, if you would like to comment and let me know other teams that have these issues, that have been shown to have these issues, let me know, because I haven't seen them much televised like we've seen Red Bull, because we've seen Red Bull's issues televised because many things have come out. But this is not the worst thing that we're about to get into. Let's go to our next topic. Let's go to our next topic. All right, we'll get off this. Let's go to Max Verstappen. Oh, Max. Oh, Max. So 2021, I believe, Max Verstappen has an issue with Lance Stroll. They come into contact with each other. And I'm not going to even try to paraphrase what Max said. I'll let the audio speak for what Max said. Let's hear what Max said, and then we'll go over that, all right?
Jesus Christ. What a retard. Yeah, I have damage. What a mongol, I swear.
So Max calls Lance Stroll, and I'm saying this because I'm quoting what Max said. You heard what he said. Retard and Mongol. Okay. So they thought that this had racial tones to it. As it was reported, they felt it had racial tones to it. I would say possibly yes, but definitely some insensitive words used that disrespect those who may be special needs. Now, I'm pretty sure that Formula One is not about not having programs that reach out to special needs, although I don't hear much about it. I've heard more about Lewis Hamilton doing things in that area than I've heard about Formula One as a whole doing them. But definitely I haven't heard of Red Bull doing much of shit in that area. If they do, shout out to them. But if they do, Max is not doing you any favors by calling somebody a retard and a Mongol. So let's look into the Mongol thing, because I kind of think that maybe some thought that that was kind of racist, right? And let me check the chat before I get into this. Calvin Martin in the chat, definitely a member. Big shout out to all my members. Hey, Honda needs to pull their stuff. This should be strike 3 with Red Bull with this BS. Calvin is not lying. Calvin is not lying. It should be. I'm about big ups, Calvin. I really appreciate you joining us, man. He's a member. That's why he's in the chat. The chat is open only to members, all right? It's open only to members in the chat, but you can comment in the comment section. Everybody's free to comment in the comment section. Have at it. But today it is only open for members to have live chat and conversation. Big shout out, Calvin. I really appreciate you. We about to get on with this, bro. Boom. I just make sure I take your chat sometimes so I don't miss you all. So yes. Now let's check this out, all right? So definition of Mongol. Member of any of a group of traditionally pastoral peoples of Mongolia. So I don't know, is Lance Stroll Mongolian? I don't know. If anybody knows that he's a descent of Mongolian, let me know. I do not know if Lance Stroll is that. But yeah, that is what we're coming into for the first few definitions that outline what Mongol will mean in today's society. The next one going to 3. A member of a group of people formerly considered to constitute a race of humans having Asian ancestry. So does Lance Stroll have some Asian ancestry? Maybe. I don't know. But I thought Lance Stroll was Canadian. But by his ancestry, I don't know if he has any ancestries that of Asia, or is he of Asian descent? Maybe. I don't know. If you know, put it in the comment section. Members, put it in the chat. But let's go down to this. Mongol dated, now offensive, a person affected with Down syndrome. Okay, so here we go. So either, now I'm going to tell you this, either Max Verstappen is being racist or hella disrespectful. He's being disrespectful already to people with special needs that have situations, i.e., as we just saw, Down syndrome. But he calls a Formula One driver who is clearly competent. I know Lance Stroll has his issues and wrecks and touches, but we've seen Max run some people off. We definitely know Crash TV is one to wreck a car. We've even seen Sainz tear up a few Ferraris. We've seen Schumacher rip a few houses in half. But they all are in these cars because they are fully capable and they do not have any physical or mental special needs that would keep them from being safe in these vehicles, all right? So either Max is disrespecting both the Asian culture by first following up with retard and then Mongol, which is clearly identified in the dictionary as a disrespectful tone towards people with Down syndrome. Let's listen. Let me tell you what Max Verstappen said in immediate response to this. Max's response was this: not my problem if people were offended. That is how Max felt. After that, that is what he said. He said, it's not my problem if people took offense to the language used in his radio rant following his crash with Lance Stroll. Max said it's not his problem if I used a word that demeans or disrespects a group of people out there that have special needs, born with birth defects, or even had these defects at some point in their life. I don't give a shit. It's not my problem. I felt like Lance Stroll was just like them. That is what Max said. And that is the whole encompass what Max Verstappen said. But what happens when these people make these mistakes and then they feel like there is something in jeopardy that they may lose because they were not worried about anybody feeling offended? That's what he said. He said it wasn't his problem. He said he wasn't worried about if somebody felt demeaned. That's what he said, because Max Verstappen said it's not his problem. But when something is at stake and they are at risk of losing something that they really care about, because they didn't care about people's feelings or people's color or people's races or people's ancestors, they didn't care about that. But let's see what Max says, leading into a race, leading into a following race. This is what Max says. He says confused. I'm saying he's confused. He says, first of all, I never intended to offend anybody. What the fuck? Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? How the hell can Max say that he never intended to offend anybody when he clearly used offensive words towards somebody to purposely offend them? Thank you, False Flag. I forgot to read your comment. It says, oh man, this is astonishing. Thank you very much. I always tell you, I try to make sure I'm very considerate of people. So listen, we go further. He says, Max Verstappen says in response following after he said it's not his problem. Now remember, now somebody probably came to Max and said, hey, you might lose sponsorship. You might even have some suspension time. We need you to get in front of this. This is when we find that people like Max that make these mistakes, people that make mistakes, not just like Max, because I don't want to isolate it just to him. People that make these mistakes abroad, when they don't come out and just initially apologize right off the rip, because Max didn't. He said it's not his problem. Then he comes back and tries to apologize. He then goes on to say this: it happened in the heat of the moment. And when you are driving at such speeds, Max, are you serious? Are you finna blame your actions, your choice of words on the damn car? You're going to blame your choice of words on the damn speed of a car, bro? Come on now. At this point in time, you was wrecked. You wasn't even traveling fast. Yeah, you had an incident, but Are you blaming your misspoken words that you want to claim were misspoken? Because you said, you know, I didn't intend to offend anybody when you purposely offended somebody. Okay, whatever. Let's go on. Things like that can happen, Max says. I don't say that the words I choose are the right ones. I know that they are not correct. That is some contradictory shit if I have ever heard it. Max, I don't say that the words I chose are the right ones. I know that they are not correct. So if you knew that they weren't the right words, you knew that they weren't correct, you had to know that it was offensive in the way you were about to use them, and you still chose to use them. This is the bullshit apology. This is what tells you that Max's apology is not genuine. It's not genuine. When you listen to the way that he structured this sentence, this quote, you know that it is not genuine. You know that the words you chose are not right, but you still used them. You weren't trying to offend anybody, but you chose to use words that weren't right. Max, you fooling yourself. You're trying to fool us to think that you're being apologetic, but really you're not apologizing. You're just making a statement to try to seem like you're apologetic to save face with sponsorship and money. I'm gonna put this in the chat. You tell me. That's what Max did. So that's what we got right there. All right, that's what we got. 2021, we still going through this type of shit, right? Okay, like listen, when drivers have an incident, you might say that dude's an asshole. He's a prick. Oh man, he gets on my damn nerves. But you don't go and call somebody a retard and a Mongol. What? That just shows you that's Max's character. Imagine what he says when he's in the comfort of his own group that also has a similar mind frame as him. Imagine the things that he probably says, right? Because like he said, this is in the heat of the moment. I know I chose the wrong words and I know they're not right. I didn't mean to offend anybody. No, stop it, Max. Stop it. We're not done. We're not done. We're going to go to one of the most controversial situations, one of the most controversial racing incidents in Formula One that caused a historic uproar on social media, a mass hysteria in people, and still to this day, people would like to say that it is revenge of Silverstone, people. Oh my God, let's go into it. Let's go into this. So first, I want to put this up. 3D construction analyst, big shout out. I made a video on this entire situation. Now, if you don't know, Max, to me, was in the wrong. How so? I will tell you how so. If you pay attention to the white ghost car, that is Max right there in his quality lap comparison, all right? That is the ghost car. That is where Max traditionally takes this corner, that line, swings out, comes down. If you watch the video, if you have watched the video of this race, Max gives Lewis Hamilton space because Lewis Hamilton has the pace. Mind you, he probably moved around a bit much for my liking in other situations, but I can understand it's a heated championship bout. Let's give him a little room to fight. But Max gave Lewis Hamilton space on the inside. Lewis clearly had the space and the pace. He moves in, and what does Max do? Max, as you can see, is not even on his traditional line that he's been driving during whole qualification. Max opens up, and then he tries to squeeze down on Lewis Hamilton, and they make contact. It's not like Lewis Hamilton hits Max. Max comes down on Lewis. Now, I'm going to ask you this question. If you look and see where Lewis's car is, how much space does he have to the right side of his car in between that curb? Barely a car's width. If you look to the other side where Max's car is just barely starting to spin off, there's a shit ton of space over there. Max had more space than Lewis Hamilton to avoid this incident altogether. But no, what Max thought what was going to happen is what usually does happen. Usually Lewis is more of a safe driver, one of the cleanest drivers out there in Formula One. Can be some debate if you like to. But he thought, and we've seen Lewis back out of those situations to save the car, save his race, kind of taking the Prost approach. Not risking anything you really don't have to obtain the goal. But this is not what happened. By this time, many other incidents have happened. Tensions are building. And Lewis Hamilton decides, if you give me the space to take that, because I have the pace, I'm going to take it. And this time, Lewis didn't back out. But Max still came down and squeezed on him. And he thought he was going to back out, and he didn't. They made contact. Max spins off. But that's not the bigger issue. That's not the bigger problem. Big shout out, False Flag, with another super chat. Met his dad in 96. Very arrogant. His son is clearly like his dad. Hey, False Flag. That's not even that. That's not even the most of it. That's not even the most of this shit. Big shout out, False Flag. Let me give you your money talk. Also, let's talk. False Flag brings up a very good point. Let's talk about this. Albon's mom is not allowed on the grid because of her legal trouble in the past. Although non-violent situation, you know, money laundering type situation, well, money situation. Okay, I'll just say that. It's non-violent. Yet Max Verstappen, dad, is allowed on the grid while he's been I think one of the charges was going to be attempted murder, or at least manslaughter, when he tried to run over, which would be his wife or his girlfriend, with a fucking vehicle. But he's allowed on the grid. Okay, all right, whatever. That ain't preferential treatment, but okay. Let's go into this. So after this situation happens at Silverstone, Christian decides that he wants to say Lewis Hamilton should be suspended for the entire season. Wait a minute. In this same year, did not Max and Lance Stroll make contact to the point that Max made derogatory, disrespectful statements that would disrespect special needs people and are a group of people that are of Asian descent? Did you then try to get Lance Stroll suspended for the entire year? I don't think so. I didn't hear anything about it. If you did, if anybody knows that he did, don't just tell me, show me. Because we know that Christian Horner, by video and audio, tried to get Lewis Hamilton suspended for the entire year, one of the greatest drivers in Formula One history, suspended for the entire year for a racing incident. That's what that was, a racing incident. Not a racial incident, a racing incident, but Christian and Red Bull turned it soon into a racial incident. So Christian excites this whole population of people, all of us really, on social media, and it turns out that it rolls itself into being a racial just outlash against Lewis Hamilton, which, by the way, he did not try to get in front of at first. So let's look at this, right? Let's take a look at this. Here is a statement right here. While the rivalry is intense on track for the championship, highly charged emotions should never cross the line into racist abuse. Yeah, everybody right now, you in the comments that is about to type this comment saying, you're pulling the race card. This is for you. We have clearly established that this is racist. But if you continue to want to be as ignorant as you would like to choose to be and still put that in my comment section below that I'm pulling a race card, you yourself have exposed yourself and your mind that you indeed are probably racist. I'm not indicting you. I'm saying probably racist or agree with racist tones. That is what I'm saying. But you go ahead and leave your comment anyway. I know you like to do that. We have a zero tolerance approach to racist behavior within our team. And I personally, this is Christian, you see down there, Christian Horner on Instagram. I personally feel strongly that those responsible for this sort of abuse should be held to account. We will continue to support the FIA and the F1 in order to educate or eradicate this from our sport. That is what Christian says. Christian, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I've seen what you've done. I've seen what you said. You yourself even said there. throwing a temper tantrum while Lewis Hamilton was on podium, which I haven't seen you do this to another driver while they're on podium, and said, I wish he would shut the fuck up. That's what you said. That's what Christian said. It's a fact. It's in DTS. Go watch it. Also, Christian, I don't believe you, bro. Big shout out to Dodge, man. ATL in the house. Welcome, Wolfpack. Hey, Dodge Man is now a member. Big shout out to Dodge Man. Welcome to the fam, bro. I appreciate you for joining. Everybody check your member badges out. As you are with us longer and longer, your badges will automatically change. Also, don't forget, you have access to custom emojis. All right? But as I was saying, Christian, I don't believe you, bro. Why? Because you also said, you insinuated, you implied, you said in so many words because, and this is what's funny. Notice in DTS, Christian Horner doesn't mind saying and his wife having a conversation about Bottas, right? But then Christian goes to say, insinuating, we know what he was saying, that he wished he was riding Lewis Hamilton like a horse. That's what Christian was implying. Go watch the video, listen to the audio. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And if that is the case, I will take the flight. But I'm telling you, go listen to what Christian said. He was insinuating of riding Lewis Hamilton like a horse. Who says that? I'm not even thinking about riding another man like a horse when I'm out horseback riding with my wife. And I've been out horseback riding with my wife several times in different states. And that ain't what I'm thinking about. Oh yeah, I'm horseback riding with my wife. I wish this was another guy, a Formula One driver I was riding. Hell no. Christian, I don't believe you. Nobody should believe you. But those that think like you will support what you say to bump you up. But let's continue on, because this is not, now, if this is a race car, why does he have to make a statement? Because it's not a race car, it's racist. Not the statement he's making, but what he stirred up on social media. But that's not it. This is not the only one. All right, this is not it. We got another statement because somebody else doubled down on this. And here we go. Honda says, although we are hugely disappointed at the outcome of yesterday's British GP, we were shocked and disgusted. Look at the words they chose to use. Look at the words Honda chose to use. We were shocked and disgusted to see the racial abuse aimed at Lewis on social media. Now, notice the difference in the wording of what Christian did and what Honda is doing. Christian didn't even really want to acknowledge the person in which the racial outlash that he stirred up was being casted upon. He didn't even want to acknowledge Lewis Hamilton was the person that was getting thrown at with these racial rocks. He didn't even want to acknowledge that. But Honda acknowledges that you all are doing and attacking Lewis Hamilton racially, and we don't like it. As individuals and as a company, Honda condemns all forms of racial abuse in our sport and in society in general. There can be no justification for it under any circumstances. Oh my goodness. If Honda didn't show you right there and then, if Honda did not show you right there and then that they definitely did not agree with what had happened, but they also didn't agree what you stirred up, Christian. They did not agree with it, but it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. Hold on. We got a tweet from a House of Lords member. And this is what Peter says. Christian Horner, whom I've met and used to admire. Now, this man clearly first expresses that he has a liking for Christian. He thought he was a good guy. He comes out and says that. Listen what he says following that. Used to admire made outrageous attacks on Lewis Hamilton. After his terrific win Sunday, Silverstone at Red Bull Racing. Now look at that. He puts Red Bull and Red Bull Racing. That is Red Bull as an organization that he is speaking to, because Red Bull as an organization are the ones making these racial mistakes. No, not mistakes. Let me not let them off the hook like that. They are making racial ploys. They are out here being racist. And listen, this is not, stick with me, because I got some shit I'm going to show y'all that's going to be like, poof. I mean, I got some screenshots of some shit I'm going to show you all. If you say this ain't racist, I don't know what the hell wrong with you. But as he says, Red Bull Racing, Red Bull should be ashamed of subsequent torrent of racist abuse directed at Lewis Hamilton. So we got Peter clearly identifying that it is Lewis Hamilton is undergoing a racial attack. We got Honda, who clearly identifies and lets you know it is Lewis Hamilton that is going under a racist attack. We got Christian Horner, who wants to dance around the issue, says what he doesn't accept, but he clearly accepts it because he himself has made trips that kind of show you like he's a bit better of keeping it up. He's better at keeping that mask on. He's good. But there have been some pinholes in that mask that might show us that Christian does not fully really believe what he tweets or what he posts on social media in response to a racial outlash while trying to save face. That is what I am saying. Straight up. So, hey, we're going to move off this because we're about to get into some real shit that followed this right now. I'm about to show you some shit right now that you about to be like, what? Now, some of you might actually be okay with it because you might be racist. You might be okay with it because you're that blind to support a team and a driver that they can do no wrong. Maybe. I'm not here to judge you. But if you get at me in the comment section, I will get back at you. I'm that type of person. And I will not talk to you any different in the comments that I won't talk to you in your face. And I know for a fact, a lot of you quartery keyboard typing, texting, disrespectful ass people, you're weak and you're a coward. Because I personally put an invite out to you all that were disrespectful, that had racial undertones, that used racial slurs in my comment section. I held a live event for you to come over to Twitter and verbally say to me what you wanted to type in my comment section, and none of you motherfuckers showed up. None of you. None of you. So I know when it comes to that real ass heat in person, you are not about that. So why you want to do something in my comment section that you wouldn't do in real life? Because I would doubt. It might be a percentage of you out there that would, and I would give you a little bit more respect for being the person online that you are in person. Facts, that's just the type of person I am. I'm gonna give you the respect for that. I might not like who you are, but at least you are being true to who you are, and I can respect and appreciate that a bit more than you other cowards. You didn't show up. You didn't show up because it was a little bit closer to getting personal than just quartery keyboard typing. But okay, I got you. Let's go into some quartery keyboard type shit. 2021 still. Red Bull fires a team member who is guilty of racism. Now, I would also like to say, I don't think Red Bull fires this employee if what I'm about to show you does not make it out in public. All right. Now, it is reported that these messages that you are about to see, disclaimer, these messages that you are about to see reportedly through multiple sources are the messages of the employee that was let go from Red Bull from said racist. And if these don't surface, I bet you that they don't fire him. How long had this been going on? Somebody in Red Bull knew. Let's take a look at it. All right, let's take a look at what this employee said from Red Bull Racing Team within the Red Bull organization. We're going to get Peter off here. Peter, you done. Let's get into this. Let's get into that. Typical mixed race N-word with the ER. It don't matter if it's ER or AH. I don't give a damn. I don't like the N-word. But typical mixed race N-word. So this is what I got to say to a lot of people that get in my chat and also say this. You like to get in my chat, my comment section, and you like to try to extract from me, extract from people that look like me, extract from people who don't even look like me, that feel like Lewis Hamilton is a great talent, a great worker, a great and big knowledgeable mind in Formula One, hands-on person, and they look at these attributes and these skills and this character and this integrity, and they want to identify with that. But more so, people that look like me can look at Lewis Hamilton and say, it is a possibility that I too may be able to make it into Formula One because he did. What you like to do is try to ploy a tactic that says Lewis is not black. Lewis clearly identifies as a black man, although, unlike you, I understand and respect that Lewis has ancestors that reside on both sides. And you may not know this, but so do I. So do I. I have family pictures to prove it. Although my descent from long back is Liberia and Spain. Yes, Spain. That is how my family came to be initially, is Spain. And also in that family, I can show you pictures of both. But what people like to do is, oh, he's white also. He's white. He's really not black. And you only do that when you see other people commenting to try to identify with the fact that they themselves can reach a level of greatness. And what you like to do, because you're spiteful and you're hateful, is you like to try to remove any idea that somebody of color can be great, because Lewis Hamilton did it and you hate him for it. Some of you hate him for it. I'm not speaking to you all that don't, but a hit dog will holler. So if you feel offended by what I'm saying, then I hit the right dog. You want to try to remove any of that. And that's what's wrong with you. That is not how we should get along in society as human beings. Under this, I bleed red. I pump. I have a heart. I have lungs. I'm a human just like you. We are, in fact, brothers and sisters of alike. But if there are people out there that have this sick mindset, this sick mind frame in Formula One, in the world, in society, that because I am a darker shade of you, that I am not as good as you. Because maybe an individual does not have a penis between their legs, they cannot be as smart and as powerful as you. That is where you are wrong. There are many of you that are offended by the fact that women hold powerful positions within corporations, and you don't like it because they're a woman? Are you serious? Stop it. King Tone, big shout out. What's up, everybody? King Tone, you remember, bro, how y'all doing and what did I miss? And it's getting ridiculous. Wolfpack, thank you for what you do. Great channel. Yo, King Tone, bro, thank you for even being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Even if you're not a member, thank you for being here. Even if you're not doing a super chat, thank you for being here. All right, because we're covering some serious issues in Formula One. I even had somebody get in my comments and say that Formula One driver Lewis Hamilton should just drive. That's equivalent to saying shut up and drivel. What is that? King Tone, big shout out to you, man. So let me get on with this. I appreciate you. So check this out. We're going to go back to these messages. Look at this. The next message. He's a fucking dirty coon N-word cunt. Now we know that word cunt, it clearly kind of identifies the origin of somebody, maybe, right? Because typically Americans don't use cunt. We typically know, like, South Americans don't typically use cunt. I don't really hear people in Africa or Asia using cunt. That's a word that typically is used in a certain area, maybe in stem from area. You correct me if I'm wrong. But listen, he says, he's speaking of Lewis Hamilton. He's a fucking dirty coon N-word cunt. I hope his family all get lynched and get whipped. Are you still telling me that this ain't racist? Are you still telling me that we pulling a race card? Are you still telling me that it ain't racist in Formula One? Cut the bullshit. I see you. I see you. And it pisses me off that people want to try to tell us as a society. I'm not just talking about brown, orange, black. I'm not talking about just any color or shade of people, purple, yellow, green. I'm talking about all people that think sensibly, that look at me and treat me equally because of my character or personality. Now, if you don't like me because of my character or personality, I'm cool with that. That's fair, because my grandfather always told me, don't judge a person based on color. Don't judge a person based on what country they come from. Judge a person based off character. Those 3 C's. Not color, not country, but character. Because that is the true person that you are going to get to know or you don't want to know. Everything else is something that does not promote love, unity, or togetherness. And that is the type of person I am. I got some other shit I can tell y'all about me that will blow y'all damn mind. But I ain't there yet. I ain't gonna do it yet. I'm gonna wait one day so somebody attacks me the wrong way, and I'm gonna let that be known and then look at the dumb look on their face. So let's get back to these messages. It goes on. Lynch his family and get whipped. If that ain't a slave type derogatory statement, I'm telling you, something wrong with you. I'm not going to say I don't know what it is, because I know that is. Next, if I see another N-word who says so, they can do this, but can't wipe out racism in football again. What the hell is going on, people? Take a look at these messages. Take a look at these messages. And this ain't it. There's more. There are more. Come on now. Come on now. What are we doing? What are y'all trying to say? What are y'all trying to prove? Are y'all serious? You think I'm stupid? No. Some of y'all don't even realize some of the things I do purposely just to excite ignorance out of people that I know will say ignorant things. It's crazy. Sometimes I gotta troll y'all sometime because y'all put yourself out there with these stupid ass comments and statements. But it's cool. I entertain it. Why? Because I'm a person like this. I provide and agree with respecting people's time, right? If people take the time to leave me a comment, oh, Duchess Holland, big shout out. Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the Wolfpack fam. You are now live in the live stream chat. Like I said, all live streams will not always be open to the full public. Finale Lap will always be open to everybody. Other live streams made, but Quality Kickback soon will only become a members only live. And this today is a members only live. So big shout out, Duchess. Thank you so much. I will also make sure to make your member announcement cards, post them on YouTube, and I will post them on Twitter if you're there too, to just show you all respect and appreciation. So anyway, that is what you got right there. All right, but we're not done. Let's get on to the next topic. We're about to round third base, head to home plate. Let's get to this next topic. I know some of y'all probably sick of seeing that, because that right there made me very irritated. Very irritated. Let me tell you this. Let me share a personal story with you. I had just picked up my 1911, my Marine Corps edition 1911. I just picked it up, took it to the range. As I'm exiting the range in my bag, I just carried it in the armory bag that it came in. It has a nice military patch on there. It says 1911, has, some other things on there to decorate me and so forth. As I'm walking out of the doors of the gun range, there's a cross street that crosses right in front of the gun range. Just like as soon as you come out, you're on the main street. All right. It's a main street. As I walk out, a car of four individuals, I don't need to say anything but that. They yell out to me and call me a effing N-word, a fucking N-word. They don't even know what my mind state is. They don't even know if I had PTSD, if I was in the military, if I was planning something radical. But I got a 1911 loaded right here in my bag. Imagine if I was the type of person that was on the brink of breaking from some type of mental illness. I had just came out of a session, maybe a therapy session with a fellow veteran. And I walk out this building and I get attacked by people that exist and reside in a country that I protected, which includes you. And you disrespect and degrade me by calling me a effing N-word? It could have went really wrong, but luckily, blessed they are, and myself, that mentally I am in a better space than others may be. That I practice gun safety. That I am a responsible, permitted gun owner. That I did not outlash. I shook my head in disgust. Didn't even bother to chase the car down. Walked to my truck, went home and enjoyed what means most to me in this world and I knew would make me happy. And that is family. And you don't understand that that is also what makes me happy when I get on here and talk to you all. You are an extension of family. That's the type of person I am. Like it, hate it, whatever you want to say, cheesy, cool, whatever. That's how I am. So let's get on to this next one. Yuri Vips. You're up, Yuri. Yuri, you are up, brother. You are up. So here we go. Let's take a look at this first.
Oh, I cracked him!
Oh my god.
Fuck. Oh, yeah.
Yuri.
Yeah.
Yuri, yeah.
Oh, fucking man, I hate snipers now. I keep fucking cracking them.
Yuri Vips, Yuri Vips, Yuri Vips. Why this dude thought and felt it was so comfortable for him to say B ass N-word, I don't know. I know it ain't right. Furthermore, I'm a little surprised that those that were also in the stream, I don't know how many people were there, but I know it was somebody else there because I heard somebody else say Yuri's name. Didn't even flinch about it. They didn't even hiccup about it. I didn't hear anybody say, yo, Yuri, yo, bro, what's up? No. So evidently, Yuri uses this language. Now, mind you, we're going to look at a statement that was kind of confusing, kind of like the Max Verstappen statement. We're going to look at a statement, and I'm going to kind of break it down like, say, what the hell are you talking about? Yuri uses the, oh, big shout out, Massacre, big, oh, wait a minute. I think I see my dog, Buck Dollars Poodle. Welcome to the channel, bro. Buck Dollars is the first VIP box member, y'all. He got the first very VIP box. I don't forget. And Massacre, the fastest ever to earn a VIP box. His super chat says, people give me a hard time because I support Lewis and love the fact he's black. He's definitely not the only colored person, but the fact that despite the fact it's a rich European sport, a poor black kid broke so many barriers, he's inspiring. Massacre, big shout out for that. And I'm going to address that statement because there are some key things in there that he mentioned before we continue on with Yuri, all right? Big ups, Massacre. I really appreciate you. I already spoke to you before. He got his VIP box, but I also need you to be here probably, and I'll let you know the date. But let's look at that. Lewis Hamilton, right, is an anomaly because Anthony Hamilton had to work his ass off to get Lewis the car, to keep him in racing, inspired him. Also, his family. Lewis has been good at driving shit on four wheels since RC cars were four-way FM 4-channel remotes, and that shit crazy with the whole thumbsticks, not the trigger in the wheel like I got with my X-Max. Lewis Hamilton likely will be the only person that takes that path, and it's great because he took a less traveled path, a less respected path. Don't forget, Lewis Hamilton as a kid has undergone racist attacks by being called out of his name, being called the N-word. They're doing this to a child because they're threatened. They're threatened that somebody of color that is not rich, that does not have a lot of money, is going to come here and show us up instead of being accepting and saying, yo, this shit's great. Like, if we're really going to be a sport that's going to represent the world in drivers, this is awesome. I'm ready to see a South African driver. I'm ready to see a damn shit. We got a Canadian. I'm ready to see damn, what is that? We got Asia because Joe's in there, but there was another country I want to see a driver from. An American driver. My bad. Yeah, an American driver because we don't have one yet. I'm waiting for that too. But there are other countries I would like to see other drivers because I looked at Formula One as a sport that could represent the world. And I have been disappointed to see some of the things that have transpired within Formula One. So Massacre, good point. So let's get to this. Yuri Vips. Let's look at this statement Yuri makes. All right, let's check this out. This statement right here, this is not the one Yuri makes, but Red Bull Racing has suspended junior driver Yuri Vips from all team duties with immediate effect pending a full investigation into the incident. As an organization, we condemn abuse of any kind and have zero tolerance policy to racist language or behavior within our organization. What the hell? Listen, Red Bull just lied to us all. They just told us, currently with the Yuri Vips situation, that they have zero tolerance for racial abuse and or any abuse of any kind. Well, I want to know, is Christian saying that he wish he could ride Lewis Hamilton like a horse? Is that positive? No. Is Christian saying while Lewis Hamilton is on the podium accepting an award, I wish that guy would shut the fuck up? No. If Lewis is Red Bull an organization that we've proven stemming back from 2015 with racial incidents been zero tolerance? Hell no. Yuri Vips thinks that it's okay while streaming playing a video game to say bitch ass N-word. He thought that was okay. It's not okay. It's not okay, Yuri, and I'm not letting this shit slide. Let me tell you why this is a big problem. Matter of fact, let me get close and personal when I say this. You all know damn well if Lewis Hamilton was to even ink out a slur, a derogatory term towards a group of people of any kind, y'all are so salivating at the mouth to try to hang Lewis Hamilton, because we clearly saw, right? We did clearly see in these messages that somebody wanted Lewis Hamilton and his family to be hung. It says right there, I hope his family all. So does that also include the white portion of his family? Because it says all. So y'all should have a problem with this statement too, but you should have had a problem with it anyway if it just included the color of his family, right? Because it says, I hope they all get lynched and get whipped. That is what it says. You know, if Lewis Hamilton was to not even say something as far as disgusting as that, you all out there that share this mind frame of these individuals are like these individuals that the organization. Because I've showed you from Formula One racing team all the way to the Red Bull as an organization, their mentality. You would be ready to publicly, socially, metaphorically speaking, hang Lewis. And some of you legitimately want to hang him like he is a slave, like he's a colored person. That's what you want to do. And it's disrespectful. But if Lewis says something kind of like this, y'all would be ready to take his records out of the books, ready to try to erase every accomplishment he's done in Formula One of the world. You would be ready to try to sue him for all the money if you could. You would be ready to try to see him at his lowest, if not killed or hung. But y'all in the comments trying to justify Yuri Vips using the N-word. Y'all in the comments trying to say, if I can't say it, none of y'all should be able to say it. Y'all in the comments trying to talk about rap music and TV and all this other shit. When you really should be, it's not right. That's how I am. It ain't right. Matter of fact, I pay an additional fee on Pandora Music so I don't have to hear that shit. Literally. I pay money on Pandora so I don't have to hear that shit. And when I do, I report it to Pandora because I don't want to hear that shit. Now, do I have to sometimes tolerate the music? I don't have to, but sometimes artists make good music and they use this word. And if they are very seldomly using it, I can tolerate it. I still don't like it. There's still something in me when I hear it just like, oh my God, why did he have to say that? So I'm not everybody. Oh my God, Massacre. Big shout out, Double Ball. Red Bull has actually genuinely racist people. And all the racist F1 fans are also Red Bull fans. You cannot separate the two. My brother Nasha from Quick Stop said this. Matter of fact, no, Thanos said it on a space, Twitter space. Big shout out to Thanos. You cannot separate the fan from the racist, because it is comfortable for you to try to strip away the Red Bull covering from a racist fan. You can't do that. Like Massacre said, racist people, and all the racist F1 fans are also Red Bull fans. Very good point, bro. He also says none of the racist fans are fans of Lando or Vettel. For some reason, all of them are Red Bull fans is crazy. 100% a racist abuse comes from Red Bull fans. Now, I'm going to say this. Messiker has a very valid point. Now, will I indict all Red Bull fans? I cannot, because I have spoken to certain Red Bull fans that do not feel this way, and we have had a conversation and a debate about racing, not racist, racing, that although we don't agree with our points, and sometimes we do, there are no racial undertones. There's no racist attack. As a matter of fact, they don't care for it. But he has a very good point. How many other teams, and I've already asked you, have we seen publicly have to come out like this to try to denounce some racial event or person that happened inside of their organization? He's not wrong. He's not wrong in saying what he said. He's spot on by report and accounts and TV and audio that we have seen, heard, and received. Do I need to show you again? Reportedly, these are the messages of a Red Bull employee. If they're not, they're not. But that name, if you take a look, sure seems familiar. You know, that let me tell you some things to give it away. Typical mixed race N-word. Give it away. Kind of give it away. Because, you know, hey, it is what it is, right? But I'm really, you know, hey, it's crazy, right? This is where we are. So if you still want to be below in the comment section talking about racism ain't real, Wolfpack, you're pulling the race card, Wolfpack family, you're pulling the race card, people who think sensible and that are not racist and don't like racist shit, you're pulling the race card. You're full of shit, and we know it. Just telling you, we know it. Red Bull as an organization and as components within that whole thing have racial problems. I have not seen a report or McLaren or Aston Martin or damn Mercedes or even shit. Well, I don't know. We won't get into Haas because Mazepin has some issues where, you know, he got in trouble on social media. So I don't know how far he might have went. We will stay away from Haas. Damn shame it's the only American team on the Formula One grid and they ain't got an American driver. You know, hey. And then, you know, let's look at Alfa Romeo. You know, they're attached to Red Bull, but, you know, that's Red Bull, so I can't just separate them. Hey, Alpine. We'll get into Alonso on another story. We'll get into that. But yeah, this is what you got. So I've just presented you with factual accounts of Red Bull as an organization being racist as shit. Racist as shit. Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, tell me. If I'm wrong, tell me. Because if you tell me that this is not racist, if you're telling me that this is not racist, I'm going to have a problem with you. I'm going to show you this too. I mean, if you telling me that ain't racist, I got a problem. But if you telling me that this ain't racist, oh, we definitely, you definitely got a problem. Barack Obama chasing after a banana with other people in blackface. Come on. Come on. Stop it. Stop it. These messages clearly identify not only a racial slur, but wishing death upon a family in a very traditional racist way, in a slave way, where people used to hunt other individuals that looked like me because they just didn't like me. But you imported people that look like me. I'm not an immigrant. I'm imported. You captured people that look like me to come over and build your buildings, build your lands. You stole things from us. You telling me that ain't racist? It's crazy. All I'm saying is people think we are race fans, but we do not need to be racist. Lewis Hamilton is a black man, but he is not a danger to your sport. He is not a danger to our sport, because if there were no us watching it, Formula One wouldn't be. Now, we don't own any teams, and if you do, big shout out to you. But other drivers that look like Lewis Hamilton should be more than welcomed in that sport. There are probably great drivers out here in this world that will never have that shot because people feel like they don't want to see individuals that look like me, that look like you, that look like Lewis come and dominate. They are so amped and ready to see somebody like Max topple Lewis's records, only not to say that Max is also one of the greats, but to try to look back and say Lewis was never shit. But you won't go to the other greats before Lewis and say that. You won't say Schumacher ain't shit. You won't say Senna ain't shit. You won't say Prost ain't shit. You won't say Lauda ain't shit. You won't say Hunt ain't shit. But you so ready to say Lewis Hamilton ain't shit by trying to put somebody on top of him. I'm the type of person, if Max earns that, I will pay him respect for earning that in his sport because he deserves that. But he's not that right now, and Lewis is, and we should appreciate that. We should not be disrespectful to other people just because they don't look like you or fit a certain demographic that you think should be applauded. We shouldn't do that. So anyway, is Red Bull Racing an organization? Yep. Are all people within the organization racist? No. But I just showed you, right? I just showed you this. If I'm not mistaken, this board right here shows you pictures or titles of high people within the organization: owner, president, CEO, and marketing chief. I mean, that don't represent an organization? I think it does. I'm pretty sure it does. So anyway, on this note, I'm going to say I love the time we spent together. Hopefully some of us have learned something. Big shout out to all my Wolfpack members. Big shout out to everybody who did a super chat today, that did a super sticker. Big shout outs to everybody coming and sticking around and having this conversation, because it's a conversation we should have, right? I mean, we should find a way to understand each other, to make better understandings and a better life and future for not only Formula One, but us as a society, because that's where it really counts. People over party, character over color. I mean, there's good rules to live by. There's some others, but hey, you can start there. So all of my brothers and sisters, different walks of life, different countries, different shades, different creeds. As long as you're sensible and you got good character and personality, you cool with me. I will be here next week live because we get back to tour race week. More content will be coming out. We're going to be live for the quality kickback. We're going to be live for finale lap. Don't forget, the VIP tier 2 program is coming out. I'm happy to announce that. VIP box, I wish I had one here. Don't forget, members, I need all my members to go and vote on which bottle you want me to order. I need to be able to get it here in time soon. If I can't get that bottle here in time soon, because I've had the poll out for 2 weeks, I'm just going to get the next best thing on whichever trailed second to what you voted, if I can get it here in time. But some of the shit I put on there is not something that you can just go down the street and get. So please go vote. I'm going to look at that tonight, and I'm going to place the order tomorrow for our next bottle to pop. If it doesn't get here, I have to grab something else just in case we're going to pop it for Silverstone. Big upgrades coming. I will have more content. Just build it. Peace. I love you all.